Welcome back, guys and gals, and stay tuned because we are officially celebrating 5,000 today here on Critical Hits
and Bad Misses.
Hello again, guys and gals, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Clay.
And I'm Bo.
And Bo and I are super excited to be doing this premiere video right here today for you guys in celebration of 5,000 subscribers to the channel.
You know what? I didn't think we would ever get here. And for most, we got here quicker than a lot. And to me, it seemed like it took forever.
Well, I think one of the reasons that we think it seems like it took forever is because there was a span of time, which if you guys haven't been watching from the beginning, maybe you don't know, but there was a span of time for about 8 months where Bo and I had started working on this and were not releasing any videos because of a we'll call it a technicality that we had to get past before we could actually start making some videos public. And by the time we finally got to that point, it just felt like we had already been working on this channel for a year, and here we go, we're finally releasing our first video. So I think that's why it felt like it took so long. But also, we didn't have anything to go on. We had no idea how long certain aspects take. If it's typical for a reaction channel or something like that to gain 5,000 subscribers in the amount of time that we have done it, which has been about 4 months. I mean, because our first upload was we made our first video public on January 21st, and not sure exactly what day we're actually watching this together, but I can tell you it was recorded on April 10th. So 3.5 months. And I don't know, again, for reaction channels, how the process goes. If there is a standard, if there's, certain levels usually take this long, take this long, take this long. But in some aspects, that's not important. What's important for us is that we're having a good time. Definitely. And that you guys are enjoying what we are doing to provide that particular section of entertainment in the YouTube market. But we definitely are appreciative of the fact that so many of you have joined with us and have decided to make us a part of your daily routine.
Definitely. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, for everybody who have watched all of our different videos, our reactions to different videos. We do it because we enjoy it, but we also do it for you who enjoy seeing our reactions. Mm-hmm. And it's a love thing. We love to do it. We love learning these new songs, finding these new artists that we didn't know nothing about. Yeah. It's just been an amazing journey, and we're hoping to just continue on and finding these hidden treasures from here on out.
Absolutely. So, you guys that are here today on this premiere with us, just know that we are watching it at the same time you are. We are sitting at our actual table on where we normally do these reactions from. We've got a laptop sitting here. So if you want to hit us up in the chat box, we are here. We're going to talk to you guys as well while we're all watching this together. So what we had decided that we're going to do, if you did not hear, was in celebration of the 5,000 subscribers, we are going to watch 5 Nightwish videos here in this one video. And we presented it here in this form of the premiere so we could all get together and talk at the same time and enjoy the time together and have a good time. So each one of these songs is kind of representative of 1,000 subscribers. So this is going to be a little bit longer a video than normal. It's probably going to be an hour, maybe a little bit longer, but we'll see how it goes. But we're going to go ahead and get into this first one here. This is Nightwish with Last of the Wilds. I like the sound of that already. Already puts me in that frame of mind. Oh, that was good stuff. Okay, so you guys know we got 4 more to go still. Again, this is going to be a long one. But for this song here, I guarantee you that Bo and I are both thinking the exact same thing right now. And it was all a matter of who got to the punch first and who was able to start the conversation after the video. Now, it's a little unfair that I normally start the videos or conversations after the videos. So I'm going to give Bo the opportunity here, but I guarantee we're both thinking the same thing.
Probably because all I could think of was this sounds like one of two things. A group successfully finishing a campaign and they're doing a celebration at a King's Festival. They're drinking, partying, having a good time because they had a successful campaign. The bards are playing the music. That's all I could think of whenever I was hearing this song, was just a drunken fest of just a successful campaign, beer mugs sloshing, people dancing around with their beer sloshing around, Oraxes in the air. That's all I could think of. That whole song just made me have that feeling of a good, successful campaign.
So you said it was making you think of one of two things. So I'll name what I was thinking too, and we'll see if the one of the two things was exactly the two things that we both thought. So I thought the same thing. I thought, yes, that was definitely an after a winning battle celebration where you just saved the town and this group of heavy metal bards had just are performing in honor of your celebration. The other thing that definitely puts us in mind of, very similar, as far as the sound of what we would have heard. But if we're in the middle of a campaign and we come into this town and they're having a festival and we go into this inn or this tavern and this group of heavy metal bards or for whatever reason have infiltrated the world of Dungeons and Dragons and they are now performing and the characters and the adventurers and the town folk are all inside this tavern bar and this is what we're hearing and everyone is having a great time. So I'm not exactly sure how it worked out that this just happened to be the first song that I chose for us to listen to in this, but I swear everything is at random. We have not heard any of these, and that just happened to be what it was, which I think was freaking awesome.
I do too. This song was 100% critical hit to me. I simply love that song. I love the way it made me feel.
Absolutely. That's a no-brainer. That was definitely a critical hit. All right. So, again, guys, that was song number 1. Let's get ready to get into song number 2 because that one there was definitely fun. Let's see what the next one was. It is called I Want My Tears Back. And it is from the same concert. All of these are going to be from the same concert.
Mm-hmm.
So, here we go. Let's get this one pulled up. Here is song number 2 for you guys, for the Nightwish fans, for those of you who have opted to be with us. This is going to be a really good time. And here we go with song number 2.
All right, guys, keep your eyeballs wet because the tax collector is coming.
Ooh. Not sure if that's the end or not. This video still has like a minute left to
I
go.
would love to hear, well, as a matter of fact, all of us here would love to hear how it sounds if all of you together at once screams as loud as you can.
Well, let's just watch this part.
I have no words. That is... I wonder, however... Oh, wow! You guys, now what would happen if I count to 3, and on 3 you would scream even louder? Let us try that. 1, 2, 3!
Unreal.
Oh, yes!
The power.
That is so addictive. You have definitely deserved this special song. Thank you!
All right. That one there, I Want My Tears Back. Man, that was great. That was great. One cannot help but see how much fun this band is having performing together, being on stage, doing it for, however many people's in the crowd. I feel like they would have just as good a time playing in front of 100 people as they are playing in here in front of the thousands that are there. But they are having such a good time and then it translates into the crowd, because then you can see how much fun that the audience is also having. I cannot imagine the good time that is to be had ultimately throughout the whole thing at a concert of Nightwishes of this manner.
Definitely, you can definitely tell they love what they're doing because they're putting their heart and soul into it. And it shows in their music and how the audience is relating to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a good time. Now, guys, we apologize for not knowing their names yet. We are still fairly new to Nightwish. We do know the singer's name, but tell us just real quick, the guitar player on what would be both sides of the screen, wearing the black shirt and the blonde hair, what is his name? Because while all of them look like they're having a great time, that dude looks like he is having so much fun. He walks around and he's smiling and he kind of, picks on people's shoulders and stuff like that. He just looks like he doesn't have a worry in the world and that this is just every dream he's ever had come true.
Yes.
He just looks like he is having just such a good time.
Yes, it does. He does. He just taking it day by day and just enjoying himself. He just carefree, and I love that. I love that about the whole band is they're carefree, just enjoying what they do, and it shows.
What is the next one going to be? This is going to be song number 3 coming up. So we did that one. All right, so we are up to this one here. And the funny thing is, since the songs are not in the title of this particular video, they're not going to know what we're doing until we say it. So we are fixing to say it. And the song number 3 that we are doing in this 5,000 subscriber celebration is Ghost River. So here we go. Let's listen to Ghost River together, guys.
It's a long road down.
Okay, that one there. That one so far, I guess, has been the most different, from the other ones that we've heard so far. That one there had a sound that, if you didn't know better, you may not have associated with Nightwish. He kind of, where they were doing the dual vocal there in the, I guess that would have been the chorus of the song, but it had a much different sound than what we are accustomed to when it comes to Nightwish.
Yes, it was definitely a nice. They worked great together.
Oh, sure.
And the sound was phenomenal. It was still, just like you said, it wasn't as what we're used to, but still phenomenal sound.
Oh, absolutely.
It was great. I loved the song.
Yes, definitely. Ghost River was fabulous.
I don't even know what to even say about it. It just, it's like, I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again about Nightwish, is that, they're a phenomenal band, and I'm just amazed how talented every one of these artists are. And I find that I'm like, I'm on repeat. I'm on repeat. I'm on repeat. I'm on repeat. I mean, it's just, that's what I feel like. And it's like, I don't want people thinking I'm just repeating the same things over and over again, but they're just superb artists. And I'm glad we are doing this, and I'm glad you guys are with us.
I have a feeling that one of the only ways to not repeat is if we come across a song that sucks, but I don't see that happening. I really don't.
I don't either.
Guys, we want to take just a real quick opportunity to tell you about, if you have looked in the description yet, you may have already seen it. Bo and I have recently went on Patreon and created a Patreon page. I want everybody to know this up front. With a lot of Patreon pages for different, maybe a YouTube channel or an artist or, whatever they're doing, when they have different tier levels, the people in the higher tier levels usually get more things than what the people in the lower tier levels do. And, if you opt to support what we're doing here through a Patreon donation, we did not want anyone to feel like their $2 a month donation was viewed any less than someone's $10 a month donation. So what we've decided to do is that the extras that you get on Patreon, everybody is going to get those same extras. And some of the things that we've talked about that we're going to do with Patreon, obviously you're going to get extra videos. You're not only going to get extra videos, but every now and then, Bo and I may do a live stream over there. Not exactly sure how we're going to get that worked out yet. It may not be an actual reaction, but just for copyright purposes, a lot of times with live streams, those can cause some difficulties. But we may do some live streams every now and then based upon your possible suggestions on what you may or may not want to see. We are talking about doing what we are going to call a dungeon crawl, which goes along with, most of you are going to know by now, our love of Dungeons and Dragons. So every great now and then, we're going to come across a video or a song that we feel like deserves more conversation than what we can dedicate to it in a 10 to 14 minute typical upload. And we would usually know within that video if we feel like it needs some extra attention. And if that's the case, we're going to do that in form of, again, what we're going to call a dungeon crawl. And we will do that video, and then that will be one that goes on Patreon. So also, in the future, if we decide to do some sort of merchandise, you guys would have first access to any merchandise and things of that nature. However, all of the perks of being Patreon is listed on the Patreon page right now. So you can go over there and you can look at that and see what all we are going to be offering over there to decide if you would like to support the channel in that manner or not.
We do it because this is something we like to do. We get to hang out. We get to listen to good music. We get to react to some songs that we were going to listen to sooner or later anyway. And we get to interact with fans of people that we normally wouldn't get to. So It's a win-win for us.
Yes.
So this is just something that if you want to, by all means, we would love love it because you want to do it, not because you feel like you need to.
Right. And, every now and then, Bo and I, we want to feel a little bit more open to say some things that we normally may not put on the public channel. Now, we're not going to get into politics. We're not going to get into religion. We're not going to get into, things that would normally make people argue back and forth. But every now and then, if you want to say some things about, something that you just watched that you may not want to put on the public channel, those are going to be unlisted videos, obviously, that would just have access to Patreon members. So we feel a little bit more free of what you might be able to say versus what you can't say, and just to have a little bit more unedited fun over there, maybe. Another thing that we, video-wise, that you're going to get over there, and it won't be with everyone. It would just be, every now and then, probably once a week or so. You're going to get complete unedited videos from start to finish. Meaning, from the time we hit the button that says record to the time we hit it again where we shut it off, you're going to get everything from the time we sit down to discussions that we have before we start our actual reaction, to things that may happen throughout the video. They get edited out, all the way up again to the end. So you never know when something silly is going to happen in one of those, because it's happened to us on numerous occasions. The only edit that will be in those will be, I will go ahead and overlay what we actually react to on that. So for a certain span of time, you're not just sitting there watching us watching this. So you will actually get to see what we're watching and reacting to, even during the unedited version of that. So if you're interested in checking out our Patreon page, possibly pledging to the channel, that would be great, but we're never asking anyone or expecting anyone to do it. But anyway, hey, we are up to song number 4 now in our 5,000 subscriber appreciation video here. This one here is called Song of Myself.
In the cage, the deep breath I took still poisons my lungs. An old oak sheltering me from the blue, sunbathing on its dead frozen leaves.
Did she blow me a kiss?
Fucking open air! Let us thank you! With you, we've immortalized this special evening. And I think that DVD is gonna kick ass.
Oh, I bet it does.
With an audience like you guys. What more can we wish for? Thank you so much.
Yeah, baby, I agree.
But even to the most magical nights like these, to the most wonderful stories, even to fairy tales, everything comes to an end. But if you've had a beautiful story, let's just add one more good memory to this evening and make a final ride together. How is that?
Okay, so somebody is going to have to tell me what the last song was that they played. I mean, sure, I could go and look at, the set list somewhere, but somebody wants to tell me right now in the chat, what song come up next? Which one was she talking about? Is it something that we have already heard, or were they fixing to go into something that we haven't heard yet that we need to hear because it sounded like they were fixing to end this with a major bang?
I think we were told before, but I'm not absolutely sure on what they ended the concert in.
Yeah, and it's possible we've already seen it, or it may be the next one we're doing. I don't even know for sure.
Yep, I'm not for sure. I'm not even for sure which one we're doing next. I'm anticipating. Hopefully, it's a good one. So, but I know it's with them. I know it's good. So
this one here, I just want to tell you a couple things that I found really, really good about this one. First there was the super chunky guitars. I mean, God, that rhythm that they just kept playing over and over. That dun 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 dun. There at the end of that song, or midway towards the end, that was just fabulous. I mean, that's the kind of guitar sound and that punch that a metal musician like myself or a metal fan wants to hear. I mean, that just gets you going, and you come to appreciate that, even though in some manner it is super simple. It is one of those things in a song that just makes you go, yes. The other thing is, and musicians in particular will appreciate this, there is several spots throughout that song that while the drummer keeps playing in regular time, the guitars and the bass kind of go off time. And when you have that on time, off time mix going on, it almost sounds like it's fixing to fall apart, but it doesn't. And then you go, oh my God, that is amazing. That is a very difficult thing to do for people, even for some musicians, to be able to play off time with time. I mean, that is a difficult thing to do. I had to do it. I had to learn how to do it because there were several songs that I used to play in a couple of the bands that I was in that did that in some things, and it's not easy. They made it look easy, but it's not easy.
Yeah, I've never played in a band, and I know it can't be easy because
you don't play the jug anymore?
No, I don't. I've never played the jug or the big stick with the washboard. I never played that either anymore. I quit. I gave that up. Yeah,
gave up the jug and the washboard.
I quit doing that.
That's good stuff. Yeah, this one here, a really, really good song. Does make me highly anticipate the next one. So, guys, we really appreciate you being here with us. For those of you that are still hanging out with us, for those that are having a good time in the chat with us right now, I can go ahead and let you know at this point that it is me who is typing to you and not Bo, or we would still be on the first couple chats that we would have sent. So... But in what I do for my career, my everyday life, I'm typing all the time. So it's fairly just a second nature for me at this point. But anyway, guys, we have had a really good time with you. We thank you for being here with us to celebrate what to us is a large milestone at the 5,000 subscriber mark. So let's get into our fifth and final one. for today, and that is going to be, what are we doing here? Last ride of the day.
Yes.
So here we go. Makes sense that this is, yep, because the first one, yep. Okay, so we have done, stop it. We have done Last of the Wilds, I Want My Tears Back, Ghost River, that was Song of Myself, and now we are up to Last Ride of the Day. So, guys, here we go. Last Ride of the Day.
Wacken Open Air, let us thank you. With you, we've immortalized this special evening, and I think that DVD is gonna kick ass.
Hey, good. We ended with the right one.
With an audience like you guys, what more can we wish for? Thank you so much.
Yeah, baby, I agree.
But even to the most magical nights like these, to the most wonderful stories, even to fairy tales, everything comes to an end. But if you've had a beautiful story, let's just add one more good memory to this evening and make a final ride together. How is that? Let's get ready for the last ride. The last ride of the day!
Ride hard!
We live in every moment but this one. Why don't we recognize the faces loving us? So what's God if not the sport that started life's wonder? A stranger, sweet music, starry skies, magic, mystery. Wherever the light goes, early day comes in the moving homes and down. Fresh boat, glass in the morning sun, open, think part, beats waiting for. Just
We're giving this part to you as well. Guys, the ending and the stage exit was just as powerful as any of the songs. I mean, that to see the appreciation on their faces, to see the amount of joy that they have in performing, to see their expressions from the amount of joy that they have placed upon the audience. I mean, it is a give and take between musician and audience. You put it out there to the audience, and then their reaction gives it back to you, and it just keeps feeding and bouncing back and forth. And that never stopped, from what I can tell, through this entire concert.
Oh, definitely not. And I could not have imagined a better song to end that concert with. If I remember the comments correctly, they said that you would understand that they ended the song with this, and you would understand why. And it was, that song. I could not imagine a better song to end it with. Right. That was a phenomenal song to end a phenomenal concert.
Right. And that's probably, I mean, the last ride of the day, I mean, that's obviously makes sense. That's obviously how they had that put in there to be that way. But for the song to be the way it is on top of it, it's just a phenomenal way to end their performance here. We probably watched it way out of order in some cases. Now, we know that we watched the last two songs of the concert in the last two slots. We don't know for sure about the first three that we watched where they were placed in there, and then with the three that we have already previously watched from this. So we've seen 8 of the songs from this particular concert now, and I would like to finish it now, I think. I mean, I don't know how many songs that was on this concert. I think we need to look at that. But I would really like to finish this one now that we're 8 songs deep into it.
Yeah, I would like to move on. I mean, I'm not saying completely finished with it. If there's people are suggesting us to continue with other ones,
Sure.
I mean, on our own, we might listen to
Right,
it
and
or something.
I think maybe that's what I meant more than anything.
Yeah.
Not necessarily react to them unless they just want to see, the reaction to the rest
Yeah.
of them, since we are again 8 deep into it. But I don't want to take a chance of listening to something though from one of those that actually ends up being a suggestion from another performance that we have not heard or seen yet. So,
Right.
but anyway,
right.
so guys, yes. Starting, after this one here, we are going to start getting into some more of the suggestions from Nightwish from different performances, maybe from different time eras, where we are going to be utilizing the comments from this video for that. So make sure to give us some ideas, to give us some thoughts on what you want to see after this one here, us going forward with Nightwish. All right, so this performance was amazing. Bo and I had an excellent time doing these 5 songs, one song representing each of 1,000 of the subscribers. I cannot even fathom this thing getting anything but just a multiple critical hit. I mean, this is I think we give the first one an actual, said that it was a critical hit, but our intention was to just give you one solid vote at the end. And there was not anything about this that took anything away from any of the other ones. There's absolutely nothing but critical hits here.
Definitely. The whole concert, everyone kept telling us the concert was phenomenal. And everything that we've seen, everything we've heard, the people that we've communicated with has been nothing but critical hit. And that's all this whole thing, our whole Nightwish experience has been a critical hit. These 5 songs that we've listened to tonight is definitely a critical hit for me.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Guys, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for your subscription to our channel. A lot of times with reaction channels, when you click on it that first time, you are clicking on to see that particular channel's reaction to the performer that you're looking for. And then once you hit that subscribe button, that's when you know that you want to come back and see those particular reactors react to something else again. And we really appreciate that. Thank you for helping us get to the 5,000 mark. Guys, don't forget to get over there and check out our Patreon page. We are going to be having a really good time over there. We're going to be throwing up extra videos over there, all kinds of different stuff that we have in mind, all kinds of different stuff that we have planned. Some things that we may not even know yet. There may be some things on Patreon that happen at some point or another based upon what you guys may suggest. With Patreon though, that is kind of a monthly thing. If you are not comfortable with a monthly commitment to donating to the channel, we completely understand that, and we would not want anyone to feel uncomfortable with anything of that nature. But if you still would like to support the channel in that type of fashion, you can always do what is called a super thanks now on any of our videos. So you can just go over and check that out if you wish. Guys, we really appreciate you being here with us today. This has been a long one, but we have had a really good time. I could think of no better band to do this 5,000 celebration with and to enjoy it with all of you. Guys, make sure to hit that like button for us. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell. Make sure to know when we put up new videos here on Critical Hits
and Bad Misses.